Hello, everyone. Welcome to ITS 530, Analyzing and Visualizing Data. My name is Dr. Lamar Brown. I have the privilege of being your professor for this course. I'm looking forward to working with you all throughout the next few weeks, and we're going to have some fun analyzing and visualizing data. First and foremost, I want to make sure that you all are aware of the required textbook for this course. The main text we're going to use for this course is Data Visualization by Andy Kirk. This is the second edition of this text. Again, some of you may have the first edition. It's fine if you have the first edition. It still works for this course, but there may be some references to page numbers and citations that may not align if you're using the first edition. In addition to our required text for this course, I also recommend that you have access to the 7th edition of the APA manual, as I will be holding you accountable for meeting the requirements and expectations of scholarly writing for students in higher education. Again, your assignments will not be totally based on writing mechanics and grammar, but there will be some aspects and expectations that you write professionally, efficiently, and effectively, and are able to illustrate your thoughts throughout the compositions that you're going to compose throughout the course. This course is very exciting because it's going to allow you to engage in analyzing and visualizing data as a evaluator of data, but also as a presenter. The first thing you're going to do with this course, you're going to have the opportunity to define data visualization. And that's going to be done within week 1 of the course. And it's important to think about the importance of defining data visualizations and what they mean to you. And they may have different meanings in different sectors of your life. For example, you may have a different definition of data visualization in your professional career world than you may have in your personal life. But when you define data visualization in this course, you're thinking about your professional life and its impact on the IT world. And you also think about throughout the next few weeks, you're going to revisit your definition. By the end of this course, you may have a new definition of data visualization that does not align to what you developed during week 1. And that's important, and that's okay for you to have that change. It means that you're understanding the process, you have new information, new knowledge, and a new thought process around data visualization. So again, during week 1, start to think about your definition, and as you go throughout the course, think about how your definition may have changed as you move throughout the course. One of the major aspects of the course is also a focus on presenting data and understanding the process that you use to present data. So you begin by analyzing data, looking at data analysis of data and information, and you're going to be able to process that to understand how you take raw data and develop a presentation that's relevant to your audience. And again, that's an important piece that we're going to be discussing throughout the course. It's called formulating your brief as well as editorial thinking. When you think of formulating your brief, you're thinking about the process that you're going to use to collect data, to analyze data, and also to present data. You're thinking about your audience. Who is your audience? Is your audience a group of first graders? How would you present to a group of first graders? How would that compare to presenting to a group of 10th graders? How would you compare that to presenting to a group of 12th graders? But what about presenting to a group of college students or presenting to a group of IT professionals? During each of those presentations, you'll have different attributes or different characteristics that you'll use that's tailored to your audience. The needs and expectations for your audience is very different when you have a group of first graders, when you're comparing that to a group of IT professionals. And therefore, your presentation should take into account the characteristics of your audience and how you're presenting data information, making sure that it's relevant, rigorous, but understandable to your audience. And that's all part of the formulating your brief process as well as the editorial thinking process, which we're going to spend some more time on throughout the course. Throughout this course, you're also going to spend some time with what's called data representation. And we're going to do that using a software tool called R language. Throughout this course, you'll be required to download a software package that's called R language. And the focus of R language is going to be used as a data analysis and visualization package that's going to allow you to easily manipulate and analyze data, because again, this course is about analyzing and visualizing data, but we don't want you to get lost in the weeds attempting to analyze data and trying to evaluate it and not have time for presentations. So therefore, using the R language tool is going to allow you to quickly analyze data and get information and raw data that you're going to use to tell a story. And that's one of the main focuses of this course, using data to tell a story. We're going to be provided with data. It's going to be relevant data that you're going to use to solve real-world applications. Throughout this course, that's the premise of this course. We're not just going to have you analyze and visualize data. We want you to be problem solvers with data, as I mentioned several times. How can this data be used to solve a problem as well as tell a story? So throughout this course, you're going to have several projects or presentations that you're going to work on that's going to focus on allowing you to take data and apply it to real world applications, whether it's through the moving process of deciding where to move based on crime and housing characteristics, whether it's working with audiences and providing information to a specified group of individuals. And your goal is to be able to use data in what we call real world life and real world applications. Because it's not just about analyzing and visualizing data, it's about using data to tell a story, but also using data to provide information and deciding how that data can be used to support individuals within society. So that's our main focus. Real world applications of data, information, and material. And we're going to be doing that a lot throughout this course. You'll also have the opportunity to look at different characteristics that you can use to enhance and develop data visualizations. Once you use our language to evaluate and analyze the data, now you're going to be able to look at ways to make the data more engaging for individuals. And that's a very important piece, because when you're presenting, you just don't want your audience to be sitting there. How can you present material that's going to allow them to be active learners or active participants within the presentation? One way to do that would be to embed some interactivity within your presentation. This could involve allowing audience members to press a button and it changes things within your presentation. It opens new slides. It links to other resources. It allows them to be actively engaged in the process. They want to see what's going to happen when they press this button or they go to this new link. That's called interactivity. You want to have some engagement pieces within your presentation that's going to allow your audience to say, wow, I'm engaged, I'm interested, I want to learn more. And that's a very important piece of data visualizations as well, engaging with your audience. We're also going to spend some time on the importance of color within data visualizations. And color is very important because sometimes we use color to trigger certain thoughts and ideas within our minds that we're going to be using to identify information. For example, when I think of a stoplight, I have the colors red and I have the colors of green. When I think of the color red, I know that it's going to mean to take caution, to stop. So when I see the color red in a visualization or within a presentation, I know that I might want to stop. I want to think about that. I know that it's important. It's being identified as red for a reason. When I think of the color green, I think of go. I think of I'm going to be engaged. You're going to allow me to move forward. You want me to process information and be able to share what I've learned. And that's what I think of when I think of the color green versus the color red. So sometimes colors have different meanings within a visualization. And it's based on your audience and their thought processes, but it's very important that you're able to engage with a process of using various colors to engage with your audience. We also have what's called annotations as part of data visualization. We have annotations. You focus on providing additional information or drawing your audience to concepts or material within your presentation. It may be a tag, it may just be a note, It may be a arrow. It could be a smiley face, something that you're going to use to encourage your audience to look at various parts of the presentation based on what you're presenting. And that's another important piece of analyzing and visualizing data. When you're able to identify annotations and point and give direction to individuals based on what's being presented and what you're sharing as part of your visualization. And then finally, we have what's called composition. That's the whole totality of what we're presenting throughout the course. It's a focus on how you're going to compose your composition to make sure that it meets the needs of your audience, but it also meets the needs of other individuals or stakeholders who are involved in the process of the visualization that you're presenting. Again, this involves interactivity, it involves color, it involves looking at annotations, editorial thinking, formulating your brief, your process, as well as how you're going to present the information. Are you going to use a smart board? Are you going to use a overhead projector? Everything goes into the process involved within the composition piece of formulating your brief and developing your data visualization. So these are all things to think about as you're going throughout this course. And then this is very, very important that you engage in the course. Understand that each week you're going to be engaging in several discussion posts that you're going to participate in with your classmates as well as your instructor. All students are required to participate at least 3 times in each discussion post. There should be one response to the main post or main prompt that's presented. You should have at least 2 interactions with your instructor and or classmates throughout the week. And again, these posts should be done on different days of the week. And again, it's a 3 post minimum, but if you choose to engage more than 3 times throughout the discussion, that's very encouraged and that's very exciting. That shows that you're very engaged in the course, and we encourage you to do that. If you want to spend more time engaged on discussion board, please feel free to do that. And understand that we're here to support you in any way possible, provide you with any additional support and guidance that you may need. It's important that you advocate for yourself. If you have any issues or concerns with any assignments, please feel free to reach out at any time. Share those thoughts with me, share your ideas, share your concerns, and we're able to make modifications or revisions to provide you with the support that you need throughout the course. And again, if you don't share that information, we're not able to support you. So again, if you need help with an assignment, you need additional time, having any family issues or concerns in which you need support, please feel free to reach out because there are penalties for late assignments. But if I'm aware of your issues or concerns in advance, I'm able to make modifications for you because you've shared information with me that's going to allow you to have success. And again, just keep in mind the importance of this course. Of course, we're going to be analyzing and visualizing data, but we do want you to have fun throughout the course. I want you to be engaged in the learning process, be engaged in the course, be engaged in data visualization, but also understand the goal and purpose behind the course is for you to be engaged, to be excited about what you're learning, be able to use what you're learning within your world of work and in the world of IT. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out at any time. Again, thank you all for taking the time to review this short presentation. And again, I'm here to support you in any way possible. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out at any time. Again, my name is Dr. Lamar Brown. I'll be your instructor for this course. And again, I'm looking forward to working with you all throughout the next few weeks. And let's have fun and let's engage. And most importantly, let's analyze and visualize data.